Hi everyone, this is a new release from Taylor Swift. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. Okay, so for the risk of being demonetized on YouTube, I can't say the title, but we all know what it is. So yeah, I've just replaced one of the letters in the song title. So let's get stuck in with it. Now, to play the song, we need a capo on fret 2. Now, if you're in need of a capo, there is a link in the description to buy one. There's a cheap one on Amazon. However, for the start of the song, which is the first verse, we need 3 different chords. The first chord is a C major. So to play C major, we have 3 on the A string, and that's in reference to the capo, 2 on the D string, 0 on the G, 1 on the B, and an open E string. So that's C major. After I've talked through the chords, we're going to look at the strumming pattern. The second chord that we need is an A minor chord, which is an open A string, 2 on the D and G strings, 1 on the B, and an open E string. The third chord that we need is an E minor chord, which is 0 on the E, 2 on the A and D strings, 0 on the rest. And in fact, there isn't 3 chords, there's 4 chords. We need a G major chord to help us get through the verse, which is 3 on the E string, 2 on the A string, 0, 0, 0, and a 3 on the top. So because this song doesn't really have any guitar, we can be a little bit creative with our strumming. However, the strumming pattern that I think works really well with the track is this. So when we go to the C major chord, we have 2 bars worth of it, 8 counts. And what we have is, so down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So there's a lot of ups and downs there. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. And the reason why I've got those series of downs and ups is how it makes it the smoothest to play. It's a nice kind of what we call in music legato. So we want that kind of smooth playing. Then we play once round on the A minor before we go from E minor to a quick change to G. Now there are a few different chord progressions in this song, and if you're interested in getting the chords and the lyrics that match up as well as the chord chart for this, head on over to Patreon. There's a link in the description for it, and it saves you from writing it out, potentially making a mistake, and you've got it all wrote out by a professional, and yeah, you can just follow it that way. It's a handy PDF. So the first verse is those chords, and we play those round 2 times. There is then a second verse, and it's just the same chords again 2 more times. However, what we can do to kind of make the chords a bit interesting is to make the C major chord into a C sus2 and a C sus4. And all I mean by that is hammering on this middle finger at certain times through the chord, as well as using your little finger below this ring finger. So the little finger is going to go on fret 3 of the D string. So I was playing that with the normal strumming pattern. And we can play that over the 2 bars of C major just to make it sound a little bit more interesting. For example, and then go to the other chords as you normally would. We then have a pre-chorus, and the pre-chorus has a few other chords to it. We have an F major chord, which is going to be 3 on the D string, 2 on the G, 1 on the B and E strings. We play that for 2 bars. Before going to E minor. We then have A minor, and then a change to what we call a C/B, which is just like a C major chord with that finger on the B string. However, middle finger goes on the A string, fret 2. Sounds a bit strange on its own, but in the context of the song it works really, really well. So yeah, don't be afraid if that doesn't sound great. In the song it actually sounds quite nice when you put it all together. And that will get you through the pre-chorus. So let's talk about the structure, as in when these chords come back and forth. So looking at my notes, we had that first verse, which is twice, another verse, which is 2 more times round, and then the pre-chorus that I just mentioned. We play through that once. Then after that, there's a chorus part, which is just once round the verse chords. So the C, A minor, the E minor, and then the G chord. So play through that once, and that is the chorus. After that, we get tons more repetition. We have a third verse, which is the same as the previous verses, 2 times round. We then get the pre-chorus again, which is the F chord and the E minor and so on. That is 1 more time round before going to a chorus, which is 2 more times round. You can see there's just tons of repetition here. We then have 1 more pre-chorus that ends the song actually. So it's not really a pre-chorus, it's an outro, but it's the same chords. So we have the F chord, going to the E minor chord, then A minor, the C/B, and then it's basically the end of the song, but we want a C major chord that kind of ends the song quite nicely. So you can include that 1 strum and that'll get you to the end of the song. So in a nutshell, that is the new song by Taylor Swift that I can't mention the name of in fear of getting demonetized. So feel free to check that out over on Patreon. Like I said, you get the chord chart and the lyrics and the chords matching up over on Patreon. There's a link in the description for that. I'd also like to say thanks to the people on the screen. Those are my active patrons, so they'll get this information straight away the moment I upload it. So feel free to check that out. Thank you very much for watching. I've also made some other videos for the new Vault tracks, so feel free to check those out. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.